Continuing on with the versus battles between weapon categories, we're actually almost done, only have a few left, but today we're going to go over the Halberds versus the Scythes. Now both of these are polearm weapons that get very decent range, very decent damage and wide variety with this moveset. That's the reason why we're going to be comparing these two to one another. So we're going to have a bunch of different categories, trying to figure out which one's better for which scenario, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. As always, please do like and subscribe and do follow me on Twitch, because I should be live by the time this video is out. Yeah, that out the way, let's get into it. Starting off with the variety, we have the Halberds. Now, these are absolutely amazing in terms of variety. You get a bunch of different stuff for differing movesets in the Halberd, Banished Knight Halberd, and Dragon Halberd. Also, the Commander Standard all get poking attacks. Loretta's War Sickle and the Guardian Swordspear also get a unique light attack combo as well. But you have stuff with different types of damage types. So all of these actually do standard and piercing damage, barring the glaives, which actually all do the slash type damage, which is very, very nice. Do you have something for Faith? You'd have something for intelligence, and you have an arcane option. Also get a bleed option as well. So there's a bunch of different variety. I think the only thing that Halberds are really missing is probably like a really unique type of Ash War that can be like high damaging or have like a projectile based Ash. Because at the moment, all the ones that cannot be infused don't really get that unique of an Ash at all. And the Dragon Halberd does get like a slightly reskinned version of Spinning Slash, and the Commander Standard just gets a buff. So I guess that's really the only thing that's missing is that. But either way, it's still going to be an S tier in its variety. As for the Scythes, there are only 4 of them, so obviously the variety itself is not going to be that great. And the ones that cannot be infused, both of them are actually holy based. So we have something for projectile, something for close range, which I guess is cool. You have a dexterity based option and a strength based option. And the regular scythe does get a differing heavy attack, which I guess is cool. Definitely is a lot more scythes. Hopefully the DLC adds like at least another 5 more. That'd be really, really cool. But I'll probably end up giving this one a C tier in its variety. Okay, going over the moveset now. Once again, just going to talk about the basic generic movesets that both of these weapon classes do get. But yes, I know that Halberds do get a bunch of differing movesets, but we're just going to talk about the one that gets the overhead slam with its light attack. So comparing these attacks themselves. So talk about the Halberd first. The light attack combo, don't really care for it much. The overhead slam with the follow-up horizontal swipes, they get good variety, good terms of like hitting multiple enemies at once with the horizontal swipes. But the poking attacks that the other Halberds get are just like a lot better. As for the Scythe light attack combo, it's just a bunch of diagonal swipes, which I guess can be okay, but unfortunately the rest of the moveset is just a bunch of horizontal swipes or diagonal swipes themselves, whereas the Halberds get a bit more range in terms of like their running attacks, especially the running light attack, which is a nice poke, which obviously poking attacks are the best in the entire game, so the Halberds definitely benefit a lot more there. As for the power stance combo, they're very, very similar. They might as well just be identical. The only difference is that the light attack combo itself, I think the Scythes one comes out a little bit quicker, and I think they have more like diagonal swipes to them, but they're just very, very similar in that regard. But as for their jumping and rolling and running power stance attacks, they're pretty much exactly the same. But being that the Scythe one comes out a little bit quicker with the regular power stance light attack combo, I probably prefer that one for power stance, but being that the Halberds actually get the pokes, I probably end up giving it to the Halberds. Okay, going over the best Ash of War options, starting off with the Scythes. This is what they get that the Halberds do not. Yeah, literally nothing. The Halberds get everything that the Scythes do get. But the Scythe options themselves aren't the worst things at all. They get things like Spinning Slash, Double Slash, Sword Dance, Stormcaller, Flaming Strike, and you do get Phantom Slash as well. So all decent options. I'll probably give it a B tier overall. But as for the Halberds though, this is what they get that the Scythes do not. So yeah, they get a lot more good options. Pretty much all the poking type ones, Scythes don't get them unfortunately, which obviously makes sense. But they also get things like Spectral Lance and Ice Spear. They get Glint Blade Phalanx, Glintstone Pebble, but yeah, obviously the biggest ones here are probably like Impaling Thrust, Giant's Hunt, and both of these spear type projectiles. So those are a massive blow to the Scythes themselves. So obviously the Halberds probably have the best variety overall. I'll probably give them an S tier in terms of their Ash of War options, but unfortunately Scythes don't really have anything at all. Hopefully the DLC does actually add a unique type of Ash of War specifically for the Scythes. That would be very nice. Going over the best PvE options on screen right now is my top 10. The blue is for the Halberds, the yellow is for the Scythes. Once again, not going to really go into too much detail of these weapons themselves. I have my own tier list that I've done within the last week, so you definitely check those out. But judging on this list, I'd probably end up going more towards the Halberds. I just think they have better options in general. Maybe like the Ash of War options that they actually do get, just make it probably push it over the top. And the fact that there aren't many Scythes in this game, and actually all of them are actually on this top 10 right now. But going over the best one, we have the Knight Rider's Glaive. Does get piercing and slash damage, as well as get really good range, really good damage, and it also does more damage on horseback as well. So it's probably just going to be your best PvE option overall. The Grey Scythe is probably my personal favorite. Scythe does actually get really good damage, does look really amazing as well, and obviously all the Scythes do get inherent bleed, so obviously it does benefit there. Also all getting slash damage, which is very good in PvE. But going further down, we have the Dragon Halberd, which does get a very high damaging Ash of War and a bunch of poking attacks. And the Guardian Swordspear does get a very unique light attack combo, probably one of the best light attack combos in the entire game. The Halo Scythe has a very good Ash War. It's very high damaging, goes pretty far, can cast it over and over again, but unfortunately it does do pure holy damage, which is going to fall off towards the end of the game. The regular Scythe does get a very good charging heavy attack to where it's a cool little double swipe, which is very good for status effect combos, which obviously the Scythes all have bleed. The Banished Knight Halberd is going to be your best poking type option that can be infused with the Halberds. The Wing Scythe does have a very good Ash War as well, probably only better for early game itself. The Rebel Crescent Halberd is actually a very good status effect type of combo because it's an arcane weapon that can be infused. And you have the Commander's Halberd, which is going to be the longest halberd, does get poking attacks, only gets a strength and dexterity weapon scaling, but its Ash War does actually give you a pretty decent and good buff as well. As for PvP, this is my top 10 on screen right now. Once again, not going to go into too much detail because I have my own tier list already done. But yeah, obviously it's just going to go to the Halberds that just have the better movesets overall, especially with things like the Banished Knight Halberd and the Guardian Sword Spear. They just get very good light attack combos, respectively, with the Banished Knight Halberd, it gets the poking attacks, and then the Guardian Sword Spear gets nice diagonal swipes, which does come out very, very quick. So yeah, the fact that Scythes don't really get poking attacks means that they can't really be the best things in PvP, but they actually do have pretty decent options. The best Scythe itself to offer for PvP is probably the Wing Scythe, because its Ash War does actually stop and prevent healing, which is going to be a very solid option for for invasion specifically. But yeah, the best PvP options in general are this Banished Knight Halberd, absolutely amazing poking attacks, does really good damage itself. The Knight Rider Glaive, once again, very high damaging, where it has one of the best ranges out of all the Halberds themselves. Do like to pair it with the Braggart's roll build with its heavy attacks, come out very, very fast. Rebel Crescent Halberd, amazing type of status effect combo, because it just makes you, puts enemies to like to sleep in like 2 hits, or doesn't matter what the combo it is, it can be bleed, frost, it procs it very, very quickly. And yeah, the Dragon Halberd does have very high damaging potential, probably like 1-hit potential, potentially. But yeah, obviously the Halberds are probably going to take out PvP. But yeah, that pretty much concludes it for this one. On screen right now is the final score. Yes, the Halberds did take it out, but kind of by default because that does have more options. Unfortunately, the Scythes don't really have much variety to them. Hopefully the DLC does actually add more and actually has different types of movesets as well. That'll be very, very nice. But as always, please do like and subscribe, and do let me know down below what type of comparison I should actually make next. We only have a few left. I think we only have the Great Axes, Great Hammers, and the Fists and Claws, so there's not much to go off there. But yeah, as always, please do follow me on Twitch because I should be live by the time this video is out. And yeah, see you next one, guys. Bye.